This is not Tony Stark's arc reactor. This is Lucas, and this is an old bezel out of a 12-volt car compressor, emergency car compressor. And it's the light bezel out of it. It had 3 LEDs that I wired and soldered to a single wire, as you can see here in the back. It's soldered together with some silicone on some cardboard, and I have them all soldered together onto 2 wires leading down to a bank of earth batteries, which I have down here. And these are the earth batteries I had in my other video, but in my shop I have a concrete floor, so I need to put them in jars. So I have them in jars with electrolytes, and there's one in there with electrolyte. And I've been experimenting with these in electrolytes, and this is one electrolyte that I experimented with, and I'm experimenting with like basically free electrolytes, stuff that you can find around you or use around you in order to make power. This particular electrolyte, and I've been adding more to the battery bank as I've been going, but the LEDs have been, so the LEDs are all wired parallel, but I should probably be running them in series because I think I'm giving them too much juice right now. And the reason being is that I have 7 of these jars, and I believe I was pushing 4.2 volts the other day. You just give me a second. I gotta put the phone down and put the meter on so you can see. I don't have anyone. Xavier's not here to hold the camera, so I'm pushing 2.5 today. So after 4 days, my electrolyte is starting to go down. Boom. We got 2.5 volts, and I got this hooked up. As you can see here, I'm not touching nothing. They're in their own little finger slots there. And I got 2.5 volts. I had 4.2 volts coming off of this a day ago at its peak. When I first added the electrolyte, there was a bit of a reaction. It's actually cleaning the copper wire, which is actually kind of cool, and depositing a little bit of rust on the iron, but it's nothing big. I mean, these things are made to be moved around quite a bit. But I believe when they first started off it was 3.7. So it went from 3.7 the start of the electrolyte to on the second day 4.2 into the third day, and then at the end of the third day 2.5. So, and that's running consistently, those LEDs. So yeah, I mean, I gotta rewire my LEDs, I'm sure, but this has been a really good test, especially for the first electrolyte that I came up with, the first free electrolyte I came up with. I'm going to go through and I'm going to do another video here in a little while on electrolytes and free electrolytes, but so far that's pretty good. I still haven't got a buck converter built yet, but I'm going to build a buck converter here soon, and I've already hooked up a buck converter that wasn't made for 5 volts. I have a buck converter that was made for 5 to 24 volts, and I didn't really get good readings, but I was getting a higher reading off of the high side on it. I did bring it up to 6 volts, but it's not the proper converter, not at all. I need to build a proper converter with the proper windings and all that kind of stuff, and I've been trying to salvage some stuff together, but I do have some buck converters on order, so I'm hoping when they get here, it's a race right now between me building one and them getting here on Friday. Hopefully Amazon doesn't mess it up, but even if they do, I'm going to build one anyways. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm going to try some other electrolyte ideas today, but yeah, you can power all kinds of stuff on this now, so I'm going to try some other powering some stuff when I'm not here now. And yeah, I'm going to probably check and change my LED configuration in there so I can get a little bit more light. But yeah, the light in there hasn't decreased, and so I know I'm way off. But this was just something I threw together on the fly, and I built the jars on top of, like, I just kept adding jars even when this was already producing light. I just kept adding jars onto it, so I probably haven't been doing myself a favor that way, but I mean, you know, you got to build jars and build these things and then put the stuff together. It doesn't take up a lot of time. Like, once it's going now, it's great. Like, I have consistent light now for 3 days. I didn't pay anything for it, so if you like these videos, give us the thumbs up and subscribe.